Welcome back to the Conspiracy Outpost. This week we are talking about James Riddle Hoffa, better known as Jimmy Hoffa. And with the middle name like Riddle, you know that motherfucker was up to no good. I am your host, Casey.
I'm Mike.
And I'm Joe.
So let's get into the old Mr. Hoffa.
Yeah.
So let's talk about his little personal life a little bit. Well, not really personal life, but he was a kinda. He was his job, let's say. He was a union activist and an important member in the IBT, which is the International Brotherhood of Teamsters. And by 1952,
Bro, the Teamsters fucking union, that's where it's at, man.
Sounds like a superhero team from the fucking Silver Age.
The Teamsters, they're kind of like gophers. They move shit for people. Pretty much, they bring stuff to other people.
Do you find them by putting a hose in a hole and flushing them out?
But like, dude, the Teamsters union, at least nowadays, dude, fucking A, you make good money. But they're kind of the people who set everything up.
Kind of like Casey used to be when it came to fights back in the day, always setting them up.
I don't know why people came to me for that shit. It was annoying as fuck.
Why
do you guys keep messaging me and asking me to set this? I was like, could you guys just text each other?
No, because you were the fucking MC of the fucking battles. They wanted you to set the arena, and they wanted you to bring the audience. Like you were you were like the Ed McMahon or fucking Vince McMahon, whatever the fuck.
Ladies and gentlemen,
in this corner we have. And that shit always seemed to fucking play out in your favor, except for the one time where somebody fucking went off on you, right? Like you were the one that like set them up for failure.
Dude, so the Teamsters Union performs vital tasks in such areas as pension management, safety and health, community outreach, governmental affairs, and communications.
Damn.
They set everything up. Like, dude, they have so much power. They control the fucking pensions in the unions. Like, fuck.
That's wild.
Man. Yeah, man. Like if you want power, there you go. Like that's honestly why. Well, you're about to get to all that, so.
Seemed like a cold motherfucker. No wonder why they named a planet after him in Star Wars.
No.
Hoth. Just kidding.
If it was just Hoth, it'd be after the Hasselhoff.
Hasselhoff.
But it's Hoth.
I think it's.
Oh yeah, it's Hoth.
It's TH, yeah.
Oh, it is TH. Oh fuck.
Oh, see, I thought you were just trying to make the joke work.
No, I
know you didn't.
Fucked up because I was like, oh yeah, that's pretty funny. I was like, I never noticed that. So by 1952, he was in his mid-20s, and this is he became the vice president of IBT. And then between the years of 1957 to 1971, he was the general president of the company. And then this follows up with like what Mike was just talking about. He secured the first national agreement for Teamsters rates in 1964 with the National Master Freight Agreement. He played a major role in the growth and development of the union, which eventually became the largest membership in the United States with over 2.3 million members at its peak during his term as the leader. So he had a fuck ton of people up in there. And then in being a part of this job, he became involved with the organized crime, the mafias, and his connection with the mobs obviously was throughout the entire time until his disappearance in 1975. Sorry, I had to burp. Did you read anything about this, Joseph, or you just?
I'm just scrolling through stuff. I didn't really get anything. Why were you moving to conspiracies? There was a
no, not yet. We can get to that in a second. I was going to talk about his he was convicted of jury tampering, attempted bribery, conspiracy, and mail-in wire fraud in 1964. In 2 separate trials, he was imprisoned in 1967 and sentenced to 13 years. And then in mid-1971, he resigned as president of the union as part of a communion agreement with President Richard Nixon, and he was released later that year. And then, well, I guess I'll wait on that one because that's towards the end of his thing. So in 1957 is when he faced his first criminal investigation as a result of the McClellan Committee. And this committee was created by the U.S. Senate on January 30th, 1957 and dissolved March 31st, 1960. The committee was directed to study the extent of criminal or other improper practices in the field of labor management relations or in groups of employees or employers, and to suggest changes in the laws of the United States that would provide protection against such practices or activities. So basically, they were just looking into criminals and people taking advantage of the employees or employers. And then so on March 14th, 1957, Hoffa was arrested for allegedly trying to bribe and aid to this select. Oh, so he was trying to bribe a committee, and then I guess he denied the charges, and he was later acquitted. But the arrest triggered additional investigations into him, and more arrests and indictments were came throughout the following weeks.
Game.
Then when JFK was elected old presidente in 1960, he appointed his younger brother Robert as Eternal General, and Robert Kennedy had been frustrated with his earlier attempts to convict Hoffa while working as counsel on the McClellan subcommittee. As Attorney General from 1961, Kennedy pursued a strong attack on organized crime, and he carried on with a so-called Get Hoffa squad of prosecutors and investigators. Motherfucker made a hit squad for him for the courts. Yo, get Hoffa guys. Get him down here.
This is about to be a Hoffa hoedown. That's what we're about that right now. Damn.
So then he was arrested a couple times and released and all that jazz. We don't need to get into him being in jail because it's not really pertinent. The only thing that's really important to remember is that as a condition of his release is that he wasn't allowed to be the president of the union anymore. So because that was like a stipulation of Richard Nixon's. Nixon.
What a hard blow to the dick. I lost all that big dick energy. Who's this fucking... So I'm looking at a picture of the Teamsters Union. James Hoffa. God damn it. Hold on. Let's read that here. Looking at a picture of him. I'm looking at a picture of President James R. Hoffa with Anthony Provenzano, and one of these motherfuckers looks like a cartoon character. Looks like an old ass fucking Dracula from a black and white fucking movie. The guy on the right, I don't know. He looks like a fucking like a cartoon. Anthony Provenzano, whatever. Oh,
Provenzano was actually part of
one of the conspiracies. Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say he was in the mafia as well.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Fucking. How hot it would be to be running around one of them suits all the time. It's like, yeah, you look good, but it's like, dude, I'd have swamp ass like a motherfucker.
Yeah. Dude, if you watch that movie The Irishman with Robert De Niro, it's It's
One of the
actually
conspiracies.
it's rumored that that guy that Robert De Niro plays is actually the guy who killed Hoffa.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Like I believe they show it in there too. In that movie.
That one probably isn't as much of a conspiracy. I think they based
Yeah.
it off of that conspiracy.
Yeah, but that's which great movie. A little long, but great movie.
What is it, like 3 hours long?
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
You should watch it. It is very good.
I haven't seen it either. I just always heard great things.
Yeah, it's like 3 fucking almost 4 hours long, but it is such a good movie. Like watch it in fucking parts.
Did they get Joe Pesci to get in that movie? Or
yeah, it has Joe Pesci, Robert De Niro.
right. I wasn't sure if they actually, because I heard during it they kept begging him to come back to acting, kept telling him no,
Yeah.
no, I'm not going back.
It's a
like,
a very good mobster movie.
I'll do anything if you ask me that many times. I can't do a very good Joe Pesci.
Not a lot of people can, man.
I'll do anything if you say my name 3 times.
Dude, that's what I did at Matthew's fucking wedding. I was like just talking to Russell because I like was fucking
drunk.
But I told them no about chugging several fucking times, and I was telling Russell about. I was like, I can't get too drunk, and then Pa's uncle or some. But wait, no, I think it was Ryan's dad. Yeah. Was it? Yeah, I think Ryan's dad was making a toast or something. I got pulled over there, and I fucking chugged. Mike finished first, and then I remember Mike finished first, and then I remember my mom beating me, and I think fucking out of the people I was looking at, I was like the 4th one to fucking finish. I forget who the other person was.
I haven't met I haven't really met anybody that can chug faster than me.
Yeah, I'm not a big chugger, and I get worse over the years, but yeah, then I turned to Russell. I was like, yeah, I'll do anything if you ask me 3 times, like joking.
Yeah.
I only did it because it was the whole speech about we accept his family, whatever, and there was like a toast, so that's why.
Then the ceremony at the table, yeah, I chugged like 4 fucking beers at that.
Yeah,
table.
no, I was drinking like crazy at that table, and then when my
they kept like
showed up, she's like, take shots with me, and I was like, I've been taking shots, and I think it was Nikki that called me out, and I was like, dude, they're like half shots. I was like, dude, shut up.
Yeah,
they're the shot glass was like that fucking big, so 2 of them made a whole shot, but yeah. Anyway, sorry. This yeah, it was just the Joe Pesci part was relevant because I didn't know if he was in the movie or not, because I heard they begged him several times. Specifically, what's his name?
So in 73 and 74, Hoffa was asking to regain his former position, but Provenzano refused and threatened Hoffa. And Hoffa threatened Hoffa and reportedly saying that he would pull his guts out and kidnap his grandchildren.
God damn.
And then I guess 2 of Provenzano's union opponents have been murdered before. Others have spoken against him, saying that they've been assaulted by him. So,
yeah, dude, like the Teamsters handle the pensions, so it's like, bro, there's tons of there's a lot of money going through there. Of course, the mob's in on it. They're fucking getting involved. Which, like, if you watch that movie, The Irishman, you see a lot of that, them getting involved in the pension system and shit, like laundering money through there and just getting fucking handouts and all sorts of shit, getting tons of money from the unions.
Oh, I just lost my spot.
Sorry.
Oh, no, you're good.
Bitch.
Yeah, you lost your spot in this podcast. We're replacing you. We're replacing you with AI. I don't have a good comeback. Yeah, with an AI.
Matthew said it'll be on in like 6 minutes.
Oh,
what's it called? So Mr. Hoffa, he disappeared on July 30th, 75, when he went out to a meeting with Provenzano and
Husband, stop, man.
I don't even know how to say this because I know I'm going to say it wrong. It's Giacalone.
Wait, what did you say? Repeat that.
GIA.
Oh, I mean the thing before. I didn't know what was going on.
Oh, he disappeared on July 30th of 75 when he went to a meeting with Provenzano and this other guy that I can't pronounce his name.
Try to. Giacalone, I think.
Giacalone?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah,
I
it sounds like
never...
it's from The Godfather.
And they were supposed to have a meeting at 2 p.m. at the Marcus Red Fox restaurant in Bloomfield Township. And this was in a Detroit suburb.
Mhm.
I guess Hoffa left his home at 1:15 before heading to the restaurant. He stopped at the office of his close friends, Louis Luitano.
It got
these names
dicey there for a minute.
beautiful.
I don't know if anyone else heard that.
I heard it.
No,
It got dicey.
dicey. But I guess he was a former president of the Teamsters, a local 614 who now ran a limousine service. Liatano, I think is how you say his name. And Hoffa.
Isn't that the fifth Ninja Turtle?
Yeah. They became enemies in their early career, but eventually became friends when Hoffa left prison. Liatano had also become Hoffa's unofficial appointment secretary and arranged a dinner meeting between Hoffa and how'd you say that word again, Mike? That name?
Giacalone, I think. I don't know.
Giacalone brothers on July 26th, in which they informed him of the meeting on July 30th. So basically, this guy who was enemies with him all of a sudden became his friend, was basically his secretary, and now he's setting up this meeting between these two guys, Hoffa and what the fuck was that other guy's name? There's so many of them right now.
Yeah, and then he was never seen again. Correct?
I believe you're the next guy you're thinking about is Pepperoni.
Yeah, and Pepperoni, and yeah, and then that's basically. Well, he was calling his wife. So they were supposed to meet at 2, but he was like standing there waiting 15 half hour minute, 15 to 30 minutes later. He's calling his wife, Hoffa. He's calling his wife from a payphone, basically bitching to her, saying it's disrespectful that he has to wait around and that they're late or whatever. And I guess he was trying to call them as well. And then he told her that he'd be home by 4:00. And then that's where he goes missing.
I think in The Irishman, he shows up at like a house, his house or something. Or he shows up at the house, and then he gets shot as soon as he walks in, or some shit like that.
Well, they say that at the location where he was doing the phone calls from the payphone, they estimate him to be leaving around 2:45, 2:50, and they said there was no struggle in the area, so
yeah,
it's not like he
probably got taken somewhere and was fucking.
There's no struggle. He wanted.
Yeah, I was gonna say there was a witness that reported seeing Hoffa in the back of a maroon Lincoln or Mercury car with 3 other people. So he was obviously being told to basically get in the car.
Yeah,
Come on, we're having a.
Or it was people. Or it was people they were friendly with, just like, hey, why don't you get in the car? We're gonna go down to the whatever and have a talk. I don't know. My wife's waiting for me. I already told her I was on my way. Nah, get in the car. It's fine. All right,
he's got it.
That's exactly. They just got. All right, but my wife's waiting for me. Yeah, let her wait. What? Let her wait. Could be a while. No, I don't like the way you said that. Don't matter. Get in.
But yeah, got any more?
That's basically the background on his
I mean like
life and just quick up to his disappearance. But then we got conspiracies. If you're ready.
I mean, when you get involved with the mob, like being whacked is kind of a risk that you take.
I don't know. I like getting whacked. It's pretty fun.
Getting whacked off is pretty nice.
Yeah. It's called an old fashioned. Should we wait for Matthew to start the conspiracies, or
we could?
Because he said he should be on any minute, right?
Yeah, probably now. So I guess Hoffa told his wife that he's going to be at home at 4 p.m. to grill steaks for dinner. And then several witnesses saw Hoffa standing by his car and pacing the restaurant's parking lot. Two men saw Hoffa, recognized him, and stopped to chat with him briefly and to shake his hand. Hoffa also made a call to Leotano. I forgot how it was
it's Latinos.
Which he
and that's such a vague way to describe people. It's pretty fucked up.
he called Leotino to call basically bitch about the guys being late, and then I guess Leotino told him the time was 3:30. No, so one of the main conspiracies is that the mafia killed him on the orders of the hell was that guy's name? Provolone?
Yeah, provolone, and the provolone is in the pudding. Oh, I said provolone. Never mind. His name is
Provenzano.
Yeah, Provenzano. There we go.
Yeah,
and he did it because the Provenzano is in the pudding.
Guilty.
Like, yeah.
They say it was due to possibly that Hoffa was siding with the police and cooperating in an investigation against them, so they believe that that's why he was taken out. And then they believe that he was taken out. Well, they said they don't know where the location of the murder is, but what's it called? Because this happened in a restaurant parking lot, so if there was a lot of violence, it would attract attention, which would make sense as why he was like ushered into a car, you know, so they can take him to wherever.
That's what I was saying before. It's like, get in. Yeah. Where we go? And my wife's expecting me to come home. I'm supposed to be making her some steak. Nah, it's fine. Let her wait. Get in.
I'm supposed to be making some spaghetti.
I'm supposed to grill up some spaghetti on the grill. Get in.
Hey, I've made spaghetti on the barbecue.
On the
Barbie.
Yeah, you just put a pot over the fire. Like, dude, if like you have the stuff for spaghetti and it's 106 and your house is hot because your AC went out, you go outside and cook that fucking spaghetti so you don't heat the fucking house up.
Spaghetti on a wood.
Yeah, you gotta be careful not to get mom's spaghetti.
Your knees weak and you get arms.
It's on your sweater already.
Arms are sweaty.
Yeah, take multiple pots and you don't have to worry about the load. You know, it's
to be fair,
trips, but less strain on your body.
The thing that bugged me about that song the most is that the sweaty palms had nothing to do with him being nervous. He fucking rubbed one out in the bathroom before he did the performance, and so he's complaining about something he can just wash off. I don't know what he's. And his knees were weak because he was on his knees doing it. Because he did.
Thou knees shall be weak while ingesting mom's spaghetti. Psalm sweaty 5:14.
I thought you were gonna make a sex joke. I thought you were gonna say, "Thou knees will be weak if you're eating the seed of your own being." I don't know. All right, that's about salty humor. Let's keep this going.
So they suspect that he was murdered at Carlo Licata's house. He was the son of Nick Licata. He was also I'm probably saying that name wrong too. He was also a mob man, maybe. But I guess he was a local waste incinerator and at a landfill in Jersey City, and that's what's one of the possible locations of Hoffa's body.
Which landfill was that? Was that the one at
Beer
the
Fest?
beginning of Beer Fest or the one after?
Did you call me landfill too?
Landfill too.
I haven't seen Beer Fest in so long.
Dude. I watched Quasi. It was okay.
I was laughing at one of the fucking scenes, and I was talking to Wesley. I was talking to Wesley. I was talking to Wesley about the one scene. But when they first go to Beer Fest, before they get the team together, when they're trying to sprinkle their grandfather's ashes, there's the fucking mime that kisses the brother, and he's like, the Kenny looking guy goes, "Get off my brother," and the mime's like, "Miss you." We used to, Matthew, I don't know if you remember that. We used to quote that all the time in school. We used to say that, hell, me miss you.
Dude, there's another conspiracy too that he's like under Fenway, I think.
There's a bunch, dude. And you know what's
Is that
crazy?
the Giant Stadium?
Yeah.
The
Like,
crazy
he's
thing
in the
one.
concrete there. That's one of them.
The crazy thing about these conspiracies, it's a lot of fucking mafia guys claiming they
I
killed him.
Yeah.
For the record. For the
No, I
record.
That's
killed
the
him.
thing is there's this
How
one
many
person
fucking
who
fake,
says
how many
that he
fake out
was with
snitches?
there's this one guy who says that he was with the main character from The Irishman and said he did it. He helped him dispose of the body. And it's like, well, that seems more truthful because you're not trying to claim it. You're like, that guy did it.
Shit's hella funny. How many fake out rats are there in the fucking mafia? Just okay, I'll admit to a crime I didn't commit. All right, just make sure I don't get raped by Big Willie over there. Well, you're afraid you're gonna get raped by Big Will Sinzo? He ain't gonna do nothing.
He ain't gonna do nothing.
I guess this guy Frank Sheeran.
Ed Sheeran.
He was
It's
he was a
pronounced Ed.
hitman for the mob, huh?
It's the first name's pronounced
Yeah.
Ed, not Frank.
Oh yeah, Ed Sheeran, the
Yeah.
singer.
Oh,
Sorry.
I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? But that makes sense. Sorry, I'm a little stony baloney right now.
Casey's like, sorry, I'm dyslexic. Well, that's fine, but are you Scrabble? Are you Scrabble? Are you Scrabble X's too? Or are you just grabbing letters and cramming them in there? Whatever fits. I'm just kidding. Frank Sheeran.
Yeah, I guess he was a professional hitman for the mob and a longtime friend of Hoffa. And I guess he confessed to killing Hoffa. He said that O'Brien drove Hoffa and fellow mobster Sal Brigulino to a house in Detroit where he shot Hoffa twice in the back of the head. And then in 2003, Sheeran admitted in reports that he murdered Hoffa as well. This jailhouse confession from Richard Kuklisani Sky. I don't know. He claimed that he was part of a 4-man team who kidnapped and murdered Hoffa as well.
Why'd it have to be a 4-man team? Did they need a teammate for each one of that man's
Well,
chins?
he said
best,
that.
right?
Well, it said that witness said he did see him get in the back of a Mercury stable or
With
whatever
3
it
people in
was.
the back of a car, that means one person is driving.
So that'd be a 4-man
And
team.
possibly 2 people up front.
And I bet all 4 of them had names similar to the Ninja Turtles. As I've said earlier, this joke.
Donatello was driving.
Michelangelo was in the back. Raphael was like, "Yeah, get in a fucking car." Leonardo was like, "We need to be zen about this."
There's too many witnesses. Now get in the car.
Yo, you only got 2-seaters back here. Oh, I guess someone's gonna have to lay across someone's lap so the coppers don't see us. We don't have enough seatbelts.
We can't put you in the trunk because Vincenzo's back there. Why is Vincenzo back there? Well, why is he back there? Well, Vincenzo no longer breathing. He's kaput. All right, you need to sit, lay across the laps. Don't worry about nothing. Everything's
Well, we
gonna
hit
be
a speed
fucking
bump.
fine. All right. Well, then you pray to God you don't land in Big Will Sinzo's lap. All right. Oh man.
So in
So you said
20
oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I said earlier you said allegedly died. Was there one that he just fucking fled?
Well, I love the
there-
theatrical endings.
Well, there's that well, there's some that say he went into witness protection to go against away
yeah,
from
that
the
would make
mob.
sense.
So that's basically.
I mean, he was never found again.
yeah.
He's
I like to
alive.
believe the one that he's under fucking Fenway or whatever fucking stadium it is.
There's
That's my favorite one.
that should be hella funny. But I guess in 2012 in Roseville, Michigan, police took samples from an underground suburban driveway after someone reported having witnessed the burial of a body there around the time of Hoffa's disappearance in
Who jerks off in the driveway?
1975. It's kind of weird that they waited till 2012 to say something. They're like, yeah,
The world's gonna end.
I'm
Waiting
pretty
for the
sure
guy who did
someone
it to
getting
Like,
die.
well, the
buried at
world's
that
gonna end.
driveway.
Waiting for the guy who did it to die. That's how it went. They got some hush money, and then they're like, "That guy's
Yeah, like,
dead.
well,
We
the
can-
world's
we
gonna
can say
end. By the way,
something now."
this guy killed this guy.
Yeah, they were just like they really believed the Mayan Mayan calendar. Fucking A.
They just need to get like a whole choir of these mobsters together and just have them fucking sing out how they killed them all together. We did this because we're made men and we have different stories.
So Tony Zarelli, I think is how you say his name, said that Hoffa was originally buried in a shallow grave with plans to move his remains to a second location. Zarelli said the plans were abandoned and Hoffa's remains lay in a field in northern Oakland County, Michigan, not far from the restaurant where he was
God, dude,
last seen.
that is the second one that you've said. I let the first one slide. Roseville,
then
different
Oakland,
place, and then Oakland, different place. These are just California teasers right here.
Yeah, they are. Yeah,
But then I guess
they're burying him in the
denied any
field.
involvement in the. Yeah, Zarelli denied any involvement or responsibility with the Hoffa disappearance.
That seems like
Oh, so we have
when
one
they have
person that's
found
not
him.
aware?
Like,
Well, he said
was just in a
that he
field?
was killed over here. He just didn't say who was involved, and he said he wasn't involved.
oh, so they killed him in the field. They didn't bury him there because I thought you said they buried him there.
Yeah, they buried. Well, that's what I mean. Yeah, buried him there
Oh,
because they
wouldn't
took him
have
somewhere
found
else
him?
and just. Well, yeah, you'd think
Yeah,
if that was where he was, if they even looked there, who the fuck knows?
yeah.
There's another one that says from Thomas Andretta. He was a New Jersey Teamster and reputed Giovanni's crime family mob associates. The FBI called Thomas Andretta a trusted associate of Anthony.
What does the normal gym leader
Provenzano,
have
and he
anything to do with
reported-
this? Pokemon.
He reported to be involved in the disappearance of Hoffa, I guess. His own words.
Like, dude, how many people have in like total? Is it like to the point where like pretty much anybody involved with the mob or the unions at this point is reported to have been involved?
What kind of mob was it?
It's like, is it better to ask who wasn't involved? Italian, I believe.
Yeah.
Right.
Michael Franzini.
Franzini?
Franzini. Because it's Zese at the end. It's Franzesi.
Franzecchi? I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know.
Is it?
But I guess he stated that there was He stated that Hoffa's disappearance had been mob related, and he was aware of the location of Hoffa's body and the identity of his shooter, and that he has tapes that have revealed details of his disappearance. When pressured for information on Hoffa's body, Francini said, "I can tell you that it's wet, that's for sure. And upon good information, again, I think I know who the real shooter was. He's still alive today in prison." And he was claiming that the location of the body is in a wet area that's deep. And
he's sleeping with the fishes.
Basically, and he has recorded tapes of everything that happened. That he
it's like it's wet and deep. It's like, yeah, we threw him in a septic tank. No
little shit.
In a deathbed confession of landfill worker, what's his name? It doesn't say his name, but I guess he claimed to have buried Hoffa's body in a steel drum 15 feet below the surface in a landfill beneath Pulaski Skyway in Jersey City, New Jersey.
Huh. 15 feet. I hope he had a tractor.
Better
That's a
have
lot
like
of
a
work.
backhoe or
John Deere.
something.
Yeah, that's a lot of work, man. Like, imagine him out there 15 feet with a shovel. Like, you try to dig a 3-foot hole. Like, I don't know how the soil is out east, but here in the west, like everything's all rocky because of all the fucking gold mining out here. At least in California. So, like, if you try to dig 3 foot, that's taking you all goddamn day.
It's not fun.
Unless you're Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah,
Sheila
true.
Beef
Sheila
would get
Beef
it.
would get it. Yeah.
So back to Mr.
Oh,
Provenzano.
alone.
They said that he killed, well, on the orders of him. Hoffa was killed. His body was ground up into little pieces, shipped to Florida, and thrown into a swamp.
Oh, I've heard that one. Yeah, that one I was just
That
like, that's a
seems like
little
a lot of
much,
work.
man. Yeah.
I want you to kill this motherfucker. I want you to chop his body up. I want you to ship it to my cousin in Florida. You understanding me, boy? And then I want him to feed it to the alligators.
Why would you chop the body up then send it to Florida? That's too risky.
Why not just send the
Yeah.
body, then chop it up
I
there?
don't know it's him. I don't know. You asked me to
Because that
chop
was
it
the
up.
stipulation of his brother's thing. He's like, I'll get rid of the body, but I ain't fucking chopping it up. I did the last one, man. Your turn to do it.
Yeah, that one
That's
just
too much
seems like a
work.
lot of work, man. Like, why would you fucking move body
Yeah.
parts that far?
Yeah, but what an epic tale
So
it would be
chop
like,
him
you
up.
know.
Throw him in
They're
the
like,
middle.
then
they're like,
again-
oh, you better not cross, Mr. Provenzano. You would have, oh, Hoffa. You ever hear what happened to him? Yeah, chopped him up and sent him to Florida to get eaten by alligators. God, that some bitch crazy. It was out of respect.
Fucking Hoffa currently alligator shit right now. Ugh. Hiccup.
Some say that he was abducted by federal
No, they're gonna
marshals
say
or
aliens.
agents, driven to a nearby airport. Yeah, dropped out of a plane into one of the Great Lakes that surround Michigan.
The fuck? That's again overboard, man. It's like,
I don't
well, not
know.
only was it the mob,
Clintons.
it wasn't the mob, it was the government, and they dropped him out of a plane over the
So
Great Lakes.
aliens
It's like,
abduction is next.
dude, there's like wind and shit, and like he could like guide himself somewhere else. They don't know. Like, what are the chances that he's actually gonna land in the lake? Unless they like flew low and they're just like,
Why
he's
would they
gonna
just
freeze
shoot
to
him? Why
death
would
in
they?
there.
Why would they drop him off?
You know?
Like, that's
Yeah,
a lot of work. This guy's like immortal. He's like there's only
Especially
certain
when you're
things
the
that can kill him.
like you're the government. You
There's
can
only
make people
certain things that can
disappear.
kill this guy. Right? Drowning is one of them. Well, actually, we don't even know drowning. We just know heights can kill him. There's a couple things.
And freezing cold water.
Now remember,
I can't tell you if he can breathe underwater or not, but I can tell you he's not gonna fall. He's not gonna survive a fall.
if you
from a
shoot him in
fucking
the back
plane.
of the head, just remember we got to dismember the body because it will reanimate and it will come back together. This guy can only die this under special conditions.
So he can only stay
Yeah.
dead in Florida. That's why we did it. He's too powerful to leave to be left whole on the way down.
Remember, it's part of the Teamsters. Son of a bitch.
That's just fucking.
Dude, some of these are just
Goddamn.
wild, man.
It's funny though.
Yeah.
I guess there's this one. Hoffa was killed and his body was buried beneath a swimming pool in Bay County, Hamptons Township.
I've heard that one. I've heard like a lot of them that he was just buried underneath new
That's
buildings.
best. That's
like
the
in the
best way
foundation.
to hide it.
Well, like the mob was part of the union, so it's like they knew all the jobs, construction jobs that were going around. They go out there, they drop them in the bottom of the form, pour a little bit of concrete, fucking go.
Yeah, there's actually
Or like how you would actually do it is you go to the job site, like if they dug forms out, and then you dig a hole, and then you'd bury them underneath their forms and just leave it, and then they would pour the concrete on top for you. That's how they would do it, most likely.
These next two are both Hoffa's killers. They believe that he might be buried underneath the 73-story Renaissance Center in downtown Detroit, if I'm saying that right.
Renaissance.
Renaissance, yeah.
Renaissance.
And then there's also another one that he was buried under in a makeshift grave beneath the concrete slab of a barn in Oakland Township, 25 miles north of Detroit.
I can see that.
So those are both concrete slab ones.
Yeah,
just-
I've heard a lot of those.
Yeah, they're just like, oh yeah, just anywhere you see concrete, Jimmy Hoffa might be there. It's just
I
fucking-
mean, how many fucking like in those big cities where the mob is like a major presence? How many bodies do you think are underneath?
That's wild.
buildings?
Doesn't now, I don't know. Don't they have to get a it's a process now. If they say remove the building, dig up the foundation, don't they have to get architects or not architects or archaeologists get like first dibs when they're like, okay, we get, I think
Oh, I have
something
no
like
idea.
that. I could be wrong, but it's like they get
It might be that might be the case. Like our older
archaeologists.
townships and
I
stuff.
think they get like dibs on certain areas whenever they dig things or whenever they have to remove something or build
Yeah.
something. That way they can excavate underneath. I think.
But yeah, like during like the 80s or something, or the 60s, 70s, and 80s, when there was a lot of building going on in these cities and towns and stuff, and the mobs were running rampant. How many fucking how many bodies do you think are buried beneath foundations?
Probably a fuck ton, honestly.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, probably. Who knows? Because it's not like everybody's going in with ground penetrating radar and fucking checking the foundations of these buildings. Because why would they suspect anybody's going to be dead in them?
Yeah, no. Also, that would be like I don't know how well ground penetrating sonar goes through fucking concrete, but like, dude, if they were to
Well, they
check
use it to see the chambers inside the Great Pyramids and stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm sure they can see in the ground.
but like,
Shit that we built.
like if they're checking fucking build sites for bodies, there's a problem. Like a serious problem. If they're like, hold on, before you pour, we got to check one thing real quick.
This there's a serial killer theory too as well.
Oh
The
shit!
Hoffa was the serial killer.
So no. So here I'll just tell you right here. John Cameron, a retired cold case detective, believes Edward Wayne Edwards. What a fucking name! I never even heard of
He
this
has
guy.
he has three first names.
He had a tough time in school.
Two of them are the same. So Edwards.
Honey,
Dude, that's a hell of a name.
what do we call him? I can't think of anything. Oh, we'll just call him Edward. Short for
Ed.
Edwards.
Ed.
Edwards, man.
Yeah, so
I love that you did that thing.
So Mr. Edwards was responsible. I guess he was a serial killer convicted of killing 5 victims. He is also suspected in other unsolved cases. He was responsible for a lengthy of unsolved high-profile case. His alleged list of victims, in addition to Hoffa, includes Tyrese Halbach, John Bennett Ramsey, and 3 little boys.
Oh,
of the
John
West.
Benet Ramsey? Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And
That
3
was a
little
big
boys
case.
of West Memphis. 3 little boys from the West Memphis 3 case. Or, I don't know who that Ramsey guy is that you just said.
It's a little girl, actually.
Oh,
Yeah, and that was a huge fucking like news.
his
thing.
name was John. Is that what the girl's name was?
Yeah. Yeah, look it up,
Huh.
dude.
Oh, look at that right now. Was she one of the high? Well, I guess it was high profile because they just said that. Oh,
Yeah.
the word it's supposed to be one word, so it's supposed to be like John Bennett.
John Bennett.
Yeah.
But the way that I read on the article that I read, it had it spaced out, so that's why I was like, I thought it was a guy.
Yeah, no, like that's a huge case.
What's that noise?
Yeah, so
Because it's like unsolved.
Right
It's
there's
unsolved.
A couple,
So it's, yeah.
right there are a couple conspiracies that we could add in: the West Memphis 3 case, and then that girl as well, and whoever
Yeah.
Tyrese. Let me see if that's even how you say it, because maybe I'm just being stupid. Oh, it was a girl too, but it's because the article I read didn't spell it right. It's supposed to be Teresa, but the article wrote Tyrese, so well they spelled it like that, so I don't know.
No.
I thought these were both men, but they're both girls. So I guess he just liked teenage girls and little boys.
Well, John Benet
And then-
Ramsey was not a teenager.
And then
He was a
I
little
know
girl.
she looked like a child.
Yeah.
The other girl looked like a teenager though. And then Hoffa, I don't know, maybe he just had some daddy issues and he decided to go. He's like, I wonder what an older man's like.
Yeah,
Big
that doesn't
Joe Daddy
fit. That
Coke.
doesn't fit. Like, unless he got hired to do it.
Or like maybe he like caught him in the middle of doing whatever he was up to, you know? That's the only way I can see it. Like,
Yeah, 'cause it
caught
doesn't
him
fit the
doing
pattern.
something. Yeah, because they're all.
Well, then
young
again,
people.
we were just looking at suspected victims. We didn't actually look at his victims, so his pattern might be Hoffa's, like middle-aged fucking dudes.
John, no, that's the deck. Edwards. We're gonna have to. I want to see what
Yeah.
this guy looks like real quick.
He
Oh,
looks
yeah, that's
crazy.
not oh, you guys you found him?
Yeah.
You
Known
see his recent
murderers.
picture?
So he killed his first victim, Billy Lavaco, 21, a dude. Second victim, Judas Straub, 18. Oh, they were a couple. Okay, so he killed them, the 20 gauge shotgun. He Zodiac'd them. Another couple, the second pair, Tim Hack and Kelly Drew. And then a 25-year-old boy.
25-year-old boy?
Oh, he killed his 25-year-old foster son.
You say 25-year-old
That's
boy?
fucked up. I mean, like murders. Well, that's what it said. Well, no, here it's Danny Boy Edwards was the kid's name, the guy's name. Yeah, Danny
Yeah.
Boy Edwards. His 25-year-old
Matthew.
his 25-year-old
Benjamin Button.
foster son. Fuck. Yeah,
I'm just a boy.
he shot him twice in the face. That's not very nice.
I'll double tap.
So it's like he killed couples and then he killed his son, his foster son, that was 25. But they were
That's
like,
what I say. Foster care sucks.
you know, fucking like 18 to mid 20s.
The system's broken.
So yeah, that's Ed Edwards for you.
Ed Nettie.
Mr. Ed.
As I say, the foster
This is
care
double
system
funny.
is broken.
What are your thoughts on it, Matthew? I know you came in like literally at the end of all the
I think
technical
it's
stuff.
crazy. I don't know what happened, but it's like so. I don't know,
Speculate
man.
for
So
me.
he was really big on.
What's your intuition?
So he was really
tell
big
you?
on pretty much like he was the union guy. He was like, man, workers' rights kind of thing, right? He was this guy. And so it's like, who'd want him? Like maybe I don't know. Someone's like, this guy's fucking doing worker right shit. I don't like that. I want my people to work in poor conditions. Maybe that's
I'm gonna start having to pay these
maybe
people
they
more.
didn't like
The
that. They didn't
fuck?
like what he was unionizing workers, and so maybe some big company didn't like that, and they're like, let's put a hit on this guy.
Well, I mean, the union that he was part of had already
See,
been
I don't know. I came in halfway.
But okay, so he was
He did
when he
grow
was
it,
in the
though.
union, he got involved with the crime family, the organized crime. But then after he got arrested and got kicked out, another member of the crime family ended up taking over his position, and then Hoffa wanted him to let Hoffa back in charge. And he said no.
Maybe that's what
and
happened.
Basically, that's where all the tension and that's
I don't know,
that
guys.
was Provenzano
I
and
There's a really good
is it
movie
called
that
The Betrayal?
explores this.
Because I just got a 20-minute
Irishman?
opinion. Oh, is
It's
it?
called The
I just got a
Irishman.
20-minute opinion. Okay, I don't know shit all what's happening. I'm just chilling.
Oh no, you're good. I was because you were saying about the thing, which is probably, I mean, you're not far off if that's how it went. Like if the way
Half
I
the
just
80s,
explained
so
it
I
went
was far
down.
out.
I mean, it could have went down anyway.
I think I mean the witness protection thing is definitely a possibility, but I think they got him. I think they took him out. The mob did.
I just don't understand why they would put him in witness protection and then spend this money for these searches for people like their leads and
Yeah.
stuff. I don't know why
I agree with
the
the
time to do it.
I think
Yeah, that's
Because
true.
if they had him, they could just be like, "Oh no, we got him," or we're already following him or something. They would lie to like local police stations, but they wouldn't sit there and actually
I
spend
agree with
money
the
on
theory that they
searches
pushed him out of a
for no
plane
reason. I don't know. It's the government too.
because the plane they're like.
Yeah, that one holds up the most for me.
You ever see a guy
Great Lakes
fall
are
from
big
like
lakes, you're never gonna
300
find him.
feet? No.
He's wet.
You want to
deep.
see it happen?
You did.
Oh wow, he just
Yeah.
fell. He did.
But
It was nothing like the cartoons.
Yeah, I think they fucking probably shot him or they killed him.
Pushed him in water.
The mob killed him, and then they hit him somewhere. I like to think under a famous stadium. But dude, they could have fucking sunk him in the ocean. They could have sunk him in the fucking lakes. They could have just buried.
They could have chopped him up and threw him in Florida.
Yeah, I mean, no, I don't believe that one. But like, dude, they could have like fucking gotten creative.
They said, well, maybe the person in Florida wanted to see his dead body, but it was cheaper to ship.
They could have chopped him up.
Yeah, but maybe
and sold
it's cheaper
meat
to
pies.
ship it in parts than it would have been in one big package.
You know?
Yeah,
it was like weight. It was like a weight thing. It was like, yeah, about a pound at a time.
Because when Lake Mead was just draining down, I don't know what the water levels are down there, down in Vegas, and they kept finding barrels with bodies in them. I think they found like 2 of them, and other remains around the lake and stuff. I remember when they first pulled up the first one, everyone's like, "Is that Jimmy Hoffa's body?" Yeah. But I doubt they'd drive him all the way down to Vegas.
Sorry, it's the opposite of Donkey Kong. Is in Donkey Kong, a barrel usually nets you an extra life, not a lost one. Damn. The real words. That was really fucked up. I should probably cut that off.
Does it though? Because if you're playing as Mario, you got to jump over those
That's
barrels.
true, yeah.
And you lose your
So
lives.
if anything, it's more like Mario. So what we learned here today, ladies and gentlemen, Jimmy Hoffa is like a Mario. Yes. He was in the mob.
He was a Mario, except for he wasn't
Italian mob, just like Mario was. He was trying to save the world.
What did you think of all this, Joseph? I know you had to step away for a minute.
Yeah, because my fucking kid broke glass, and then instead of fucking doing the exact opposite of fucking, instead of doing the right thing and fucking calming down, she ramped up even more, crying, and started banging on the closet fucking door.
Wasn't me.
Wasn't me.
I don't know. This shit's fucking. I don't know. I think somebody fucking killed him. I mean, he disappeared. I just don't fucking know
Foul play.
how it was handled. I mean, he didn't just disappear. He didn't realize he was dying of natural causes and disappeared like a dog.
I'm gonna go find an oak tree and dig myself a shallow grave. Yeah,
on the shallow grave and just went lit in a hole and died.
He's just like fucking over it. He says, "Oh fuck! I know I'm supposed to go make steaks with my wife, but I'm suddenly not feeling
like that." That phone call didn't even happen because he was like, he started hallucinating a little bit, and he thought it was like close to the meeting time, but he was actually like 3 hours early, and he didn't even talk to his wife. He was just like holding like a piece of bark or something, you know, like a good sized one. And he was just talking on the phone, and then he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go lay down now." And then
I'm not feeling too hot.
So the guy that they accused him of killing him, Mr. Provenzano, he shows up. He's like, "Where the fuck's Hoffa at?" And then everybody keeps blaming him for killing him. He's like, "Well, might as well just take the credit for it. You know, he's dead already."
Why would I
Nobody's
kill
heard from him.
Why would I kill him? We watched each other jack off in front of a
We're
movie
like family.
theater. We're like
We like-
family in that sense.
Why would I kill him?
Why would I kill him? We jerked each other off, and we jerked each other off at a burlesque show. Why would I kill him? We're like family. We're like brothers after that.
It was most of it. That's what I was trying to say. Most of it was just him being buried under in cement in various places, and then a couple guys taking credit for it, and then that's just basically.
Yeah,
but
we can
weird.
do the obvious. He went and seen a hooker about a week prior. He got gonorrhea. He's like, oh fuck, I got gonorrhea. And then he tells his wife, I'll be home to make some steaks. I got this make believe meeting. I mean, a real meeting I gotta go to. And she's like, what was that first part? I said I'm making steaks. All right. And then after she leaves, it's like, all right, I'm gonna go pull myself out of my misery.
or he just left. He rode off on a horse into the sunset.
With his long flowing hair as
And his gonorrhea.
as the wind lightly brushed upon his 5 cheeks. I'm counting his butt, his little chin as a 5th cheek, butt chin. He didn't have butt chin.
It's like you've done this
As the
country a
wind-
service.
As his wind lapped the many chins across his face. I don't know. The wind caused his chins to lap. Dude, I can't think of anything right now. Dude, leave me alone. All right. The man had many lines in his face. All right. I'm sure we all are eventually. All right. Let's cut him some slack. He's dead. All right.
I'd have to agree with Matthew's assessment of what happened to
agree
him.
with you with the gonorrhea.
The feds definitely put him in a plane and threw that motherfucker out. Like,
Like
that's the
You
most
big-
practical way to get rid of him.
the feds are like, are you a big fan of Looney Tunes?
Hey, you know anything about Acme Acres?
No, I'd have to say, in all seriousness, I'd have to say it would have to be definitely the mob. They had to have they probably just got rid of him because he's being a fucking pain in the ass.
They broke them off of
But
a piece of that Hoffa.
If the feds had anything to do with it, they would probably do it in the most simple manner and just make it disappear. Like,
yeah, that's what I was saying. I don't see him spending all
Hoffa.
this money to do all these searches and stuff. You know,
You
to find his
found
body
Hoffa.
there
You
and
found Hoffa's body? No, that's a homeless guy. He's strung out on that super soldier serum. Fucking. I don't know, dude. It could have been mafia shit, but it's like people don't seem to understand that most murders do go unsolved. Like they're like Law and Order and CSI and all that fucking shit, Criminal Minds. None of that shit's fucking real. Nobody's out here super geniusing every fucking murder and completely.
Exactly. Sometimes it's
out
just
here.
simple.
Sometimes
guess
it's simple shit. Nobody
let's,
finds the fucking body. That's a
let's-
simple ass thing.
Let's wrap this Jimmy up.
That's the way we got to end every episode. All right, let's wrap this Jimmy up. Jimmy Hoffa.
yeah, I think he was definitely got whacked.
Yeah, in more ways
Jimmy
than
got
one.
whacked.
But I always knew Jimmy was rapping it, so it was okay to whack.
They got Hoffa. They got Hoffa on it.
That was gold. That whole interaction was fucking gold.
Oh man, it was a
All
good
right,
one.
fellas.
It was all
Alrighty.
over.